Welcome back to Drunk on Riding, the Drunk on Riding show, brought to you in part through the patronage of Ariya Norinth and Justin Luedecker. I don't really know what we're going to talk about today. It's been kind of a crazy couple of weeks, and there weren't any topics that were brought up from the patrons this month, so we're gonna kind of play it by ear. We're gonna talk about Uncut Gems in a little bit. But I think I maybe we'll just BS and just have a little conversation for like an hour or so, and then the patron exclusive. We're gonna play Beat Saber. It's gonna be your turn playing Beat Saber trivia.
My turn. Okay.
Your turn playing Beat Saber trivia.
I'm so bad at trivia.
And you're bad at Beat Saber, so this should be fun.
Yeah.
Now the last time I did it, I meant to option share record the gameplay, and I forgot to do it, and then we ended up playing for like 25 minutes or so. So I lost it, so I gotta figure out how to capture the gameplay itself. Maybe get on Twitch or something. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna do that yet. We'll figure that out, but I feel like it needs the gameplay because I didn't want to use the music. Because
right. Yeah.
I don't want to get claimed on my thing. Like, claims go out left and right nowadays. But the gameplay would probably be okay, I think. There's a lot of people that do that.
Fair game.
I think we've done gameplay on here before, so I think that would be okay. We'll get to that, and we're probably not going to do that tonight because it's already 8:41. So we'll do that another night. Have some fun and go for the vlog. What do you think of that game?
I like it. I think it's good exercise and it's fun.
I get sweaty. I get so sweaty doing that.
But you get sweaty doing most. Like
that's true.
Yeah.
But like this more so. Like it's and it's fun. I still haven't beaten it. Like there's like a 30 level or so campaign with like multiple offshoots. I think there are like 100 levels or something like that. And it gets progressively harder and harder and harder. And what's wild about it is you'll be playing one level and you're like, this is impossible. I'll never be able to beat this. And you go back and you play a little bit more, and then you go back to that level again later after you've beaten it, and it's the easiest thing. It's so cool how you start to see things, you start to see patterns, and you can just clip it off. And yeah, I'm really loving Beat Saber.
Yeah. That's okay.
It's a joy. You know, you get the treadmill, you get into your Zen mode. This is the perfect Zen mode thing for me, where I'm just sitting there sweating, flashing things around, playing a video game. It's killing all of my senses. You know, there's lights, there's lasers, there's like pulsing house music. It's a game very much made for me. It's like DDR all over again, but it's just for your hands. It's good stuff. And simpler to use than DDR. DDR always had this crappy little pad, and the ones at home sucked.
Well, you couldn't play DDR for a long time because you used to live in a two-story. You lived on the top floor, and it would shake the lights in the bottom.
Yeah, it would shake their chandelier. Yeah.
So they would complain.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would. Multiple times, and then I finally stopped.
Yeah.
And I did it a couple times here, and it worked. It worked fine.
Yeah.
Being downstairs, and it was all mine. But I there were certain songs that I was feeling pretty nostalgic for, and none of them were on the game. The one Dance Dance Revolution game that we have. I wish there was a new Dance Dance Revolution. There's Just Dance. But it's not the same. Like, it's very much a different game.
They've moved away from that type of, I think, gameplay into more...
Yeah. Just camera and virtual reality stuff. It's true.
Yeah.
So, Kim, by the way, if you're watching this and you're not a Drunk on Riding patron, I really think you should be. Because, one, I mean, you get more of us. Pretty much more of me. You get a lot more of me. So you get a behind the scenes episode every single month. You now get the previews. I just announced this at the Drunk on Riding 3.1 launch, which I didn't feel like I didn't see any reason to do a 4.0 relaunch 4 years in, and I think this was perfect. But yes, you get a monthly previews of what's to come in the next month, and right now all patrons just got treated to the very first episode of the return of 1 minute reviews, which Kim, you were in. It was on the Halo Pringles, which I stuck the box back there.
Why are we keeping the box?
Because it's a cool box.
Really?
It's a cool box. It's going to stay there for the moment. And then what's going to happen, you're just going to throw it away one day. And I won't notice. You won't do that.
I just feel like we shouldn't keep empty food containers that had real food in them. Especially because I can probably guarantee it wasn't rinsed out.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, can you rinse out a Pringles can?
I don't know, but why are we keeping a Pringles can? Like, can we take a picture and go back and, oh, those were good?
No, I might as well, at that point, I might as well just Google it.
But it's just stuff on a shelf that's empty, right? Like, it's just a container sitting there, taking up space and collecting dust. No?
Isn't that what glassware is?
Why do we have empty glassware?
Well, do you put it away with beverages in them?
What?
Do you put the glasses into the shelf with beverages in them?
Are you talking about drinking glasses?
Yes.
Like for water?
Yes.
That is not the same
This is a
at
container.
all.
I could put stuff in that.
Number one, you're not.
No, I'm not. But I could. It's like that glass at the back of the shelf. You could put a beverage in there. You're not going to.
But I have gotten rid of most of the glasses that we don't use for this exact reason.
Have you really?
You do not remember the purge that was a few months ago where I got Lazy Susans for the corner
Yes, I do
cabinets, and
recall
we
this.
filled 2 boxes full of glasses.
Oh, that's
that
right.
weren't
And then
being used.
and then we gave them away.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because I don't like things. I don't like
We
clutter.
did give a lot of those away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so by the way,
Wait, don't change subject. We gotta get rid of this Pringles container that
do you want me to get rid of it right this second?
I mean, not this second, but...
Pardon me.
No. Okay.
It is now in the to be recycled pile of to be taken upstairs.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
feel
you.
better?
Yes.
Okay. We filmed
Yes.
our video. So anyways, I was saying something about that. All patrons now get to see that. When that will make it out onto YouTube, really depends on the patrons. I said it so when we hit the $100 mark on patronage per month, then 1 minute reviews will start dropping. I don't know how often they'll drop just yet. Probably just once a month on top of the other ones. But right now, I'm just tossing them up when I make them, and that's how I will do going forward. I might, one day pick up a 6-pack with Jay, and maybe we'll film something like we did back in the day.
Maybe.
That'd be fun. Jay, watching this? Come, let's do that. Let's get a 6-pack.
Now, should we go into topics or?
We could.
Okay.
I mean, do you have a topic that you'd like to talk
I
about?
have something in mind.
You do have something in
I
mind.
do.
Well, then sure, let's talk about it.
So I was reading an article earlier today about wine.
Wine?
Right? Wine.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been getting a little bit more into the whites recently. Now that it's summer, it's warm out. Very refreshing white wine. And I love my red. This particular article was about boxed wine.
Boxed wine.
Boxed wine. So it has some benefits. They say it can last longer after opening. So it can last between 2 to 3 weeks and up to 6 in some cases after being opened if placed in the refrigerator.
That's probably just the way that it's sealed, right? Because it's in it's got like the little thing, spigot.
So what do you think of boxed wine?
I mean, I've had some good boxed wine over the years. It has a nasty reputation. I think going back to like Gen X times back in the 80s when boxed wine was apparently a thing and it was no good.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I was telling somebody about this just the other day. Canned beer used to be like looked down on. It was the bottled beer that was the craft beer. Like back when Sam Adams really was launching, they were the independent beer company. And now all craft beer is in cans basically,
Mm-hmm.
and it's delicious. And I prefer the cans. So boxed wine, yeah, it's fine. Let's get some boxed wine. I don't care.
Oh no, I'm good. But I
What?
thought it was no. I don't want no.
What do you mean no? Why don't you want boxed wine?
I don't want
You
boxed
just
wine.
wait. You just
There's
wait.
more variety in. Well, I just wondered what you thought. I
So
was reading an article. It doesn't mean that I'm for boxed wine
why are you against boxed wine?
because there's more variety in um glass bottles. And I don't necessarily like if I'm buying red, I don't need to stick it in for it to take up room in my refrigerator. I don't need that. I don't want cold reds. Who wants a cold red?
So why not try one of the boxed whites? You like the whites in the refrigerator.
And I might do that, but that's not going to be my go-to, right?
So you're saying you don't like the boxes because there's not as much of a variety.
Yeah.
But there is a variety. Like there's more than one boxed white
Sure.
wine that you could try.
Sure. Yeah.
So why not just give them a try? I mean, that's a new variety. Add them to the variety pack.
I suppose I could, but when it comes down to it, it's that I don't want to.
But why?
I just don't want to.
So you come on the show today. You say I want to talk about a thing,
Oh.
and that thing is boxed wine and the potential benefits of boxed wine. You come on here. And you say I read this thing,
Yeah.
boxed wine. It's
Yeah.
good. Lasts a while.
And I ask
It's-
you what you think.
You ask me what I think, and yet you tell me that you wouldn't purchase.
That's correct.
You.
Now, this led me to a conversation I thought back on that I had recently at a bridal shower I went to, where someone I was speaking with had said to me that as a gift they received what looked like a designer purse. It looked like, your standard, like my purse. It's just a
Yeah. Okay. I know what a purse looks
tan
like.
purse. Looks nice. Looked like a designer.
Like a Coach purse, kind of like one of those. Okay.
Right. But there was a pocket where you could pour wine and you strap it on, and go. And it had a little spigot. And you could fill people up through your purse. Your designer purse.
See, I thought you were going to say there was like a straw that comes up and you can just sip it off.
Little like thing that you could fill up with. And I wondered, right, has the recent boxed wine craze led to people thinking about creations like this?
Imagine if we had that back at UConn. Everybody would have had one of those.
Well, I don't know how much it was, but I didn't ask.
Oh, those girls up at UConn would have had those.
Probably.
There's at least a handful of girls that you could just think
Well,
off the top of your head they would have
most
that.
colleges. It's not just UConn. Like, that's not fair.
Well, I'm just saying that's where we went. So
Yeah.
this is the experience I had, and I could picture the lineup of girls I know that would probably have that purse.
Yeah.
And have it in a variety of colors with a variety of alcohols inside of it.
Potentially. But do you think the box wine did that?
No.
No. What do you think?
No, I think BS rules like Chug It or Chuck It did that. I don't think it had anything to do with the box wine. I think it was a desire for people to hold on to their wine and clandestinely and not have to like look like an alcoholic when they're really alcoholics.
because that's not.
Yeah, no, I mean they're alcoholics, but they're hiding it. They got the spigot purse. And I can picture the advertisement now. Just alcoholic, don't worry, we got you covered with the spigot
Well,
purse. You just have a
And
glass. You just refill your little water cup, but you get one you can't see through. So you just fill it up when nobody's looking, and here you go. You're like,
just
it looks like you're drinking coffee.
to set the record straight, this person is not an alcoholic I was speaking with, but um I don't know. I think that could come in handy. Like imagine just putting water in there.
Wait, does she have one of these?
Yes. Because it was gifted to her. It was gifted to her, so yes.
Did she have it at the shower?
No, she's not.
Oh, see, she should have brought it to the shower.
Why? There was alcohol there.
Yeah, for fun.
Well,
That was a fail.
I don't think she was thinking about that because who's going to carry that around on most days? Like I certainly wouldn't
once
use that.
you get to a place, you put it down, right?
No, you carry it like a purse.
It also functions as a purse?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just
No.
for wine.
No, it has other compartments.
Oh,
It's
wow.
it's your purse.
So how much wine can you actually put into it?
I don't know. I didn't.
Like as a whole bottle? I mean, if it's got a spigot, it can't be not a lot.
I don't know. I didn't go into that many details with her. I would imagine it gets pretty heavy though, carrying all that liquid around.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's on one side, probably a little like, awkward.
I bet they have a backpack version of this.
I'm sure.
But the cops always search the backpacks anyway. I mean, that's the first thing that they always go for.
Well, they search the purses.
Yeah, they search the purses as well, yeah.
You have to open all the areas when you go to those lines.
I feel like you could probably hide the little wine pocket.
It depends on how much wine is in
I mean,
in there.
was it obvious that there was wine in the side of this purse?
I did not see the purse. I don't know.
I'm curious.
This is something I was told about. Yeah.
I don't think I'd like this purse.
But my reading this article today about the box wine led to me thinking about this conversation I had and kind of just the creation of what these new inventions,
Well, what's the saying? Necessity breeds creation, right?
Yeah.
Or something along those lines.
Well, necessity. I mean, I don't know if that's.
They want to bring their wine everywhere.
I mean,
sure. how much of society, we live in a society, is based on alcohol? Like there's just so much random things in society that's just like food and alcohol, really.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just another thing, and you know what? Yeah, somebody's gonna bring that to like a Boston Marathon filled with water and use it to pass out water at some point and save like a life or something.
Well, yes, but I was thinking more like with the kids. I'm thirsty. Okay.
Hold on, let me whip out my purse.
Yeah.
Knowing you'd probably leave it in the car or something.
It'll get warm. You want some hot water?
I'd be like, where's that? Where's your purse? Oh, it's back at the house. What?
Well, even that, I wonder if it has like a thermal component to it, right? Because, I mean, that's a valid point. If it's hot outside, like, what's the temperature in your purse?
So we're perfecting this wine purse. So it's got to have one of those like those Stop and Shop bags with the like metal inside it, or like the pizza delivery bags.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know.
We had this conversation the other day of what you think the worst pizza you've ever had was.
Yeah.
And you didn't really come up with an answer, and I hope you have found something because you haven't.
No, so bad pizza, like that's not something that sticks out in my mind. Bad meals, unless the meal has made me physically ill, I am not going to remember because I don't want to remember that. That's out of my mind. That place was gross. Moving on.
So what's the best pizza you've ever had then?
Oh, pizza is pizza. I'm not really a big pizza. I don't know. I remember more about the experience of the pizza versus the pizza itself.
What's the
I remember going to there's a place in Fairfield, Brick and something. Brick and wood, wooden brick, something like that. But they cook the pizza in 7 seconds because the oven's so hot, right? I remember going to Gigi's because that oven was a big deal in our town because, the ovens came from Italy, blah, blah. I remember many times going to Pepe's, and every time I don't like it. But I remember, because it's always a big to do. You got to wait in a big old line. Everybody loves the pizza, and then you eat a grease pit. I remember the pizza in France. So it's more experience driven for me than the pizza itself. I don't remember taste. I remember experience.
So let me ask you a different question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the best pasta dish you've ever had?
Did you ask me this because I know I have an answer to it?
Well, I had a feeling that you did. Because I could see as you were forming your thoughts, like you were thinking about other foods.
The first thing that pops into my head is the pasta dish that I had at Wolfgang Puck's Italian restaurant in MGM Grand in Vegas when we went. I've said on this show, that's
true.
Among my best meals.
What kind of pasta was it?
I don't even remember at this point. It was just every bite of that meal was excellent. Every bite of it. It was just so good. From the time we had an appetizer, I mean, because that was a special meal for us for whatever reason. I don't remember why. It was like a date night type thing. But everything was great.
Was it an anniversary or something?
No, I don't know. But I would have liked to say that I had some excellent pasta in Italy. But I don't necessarily remember one dish in Italy that stood out for me.
Really?
Because, right? So we were on a tour.
The antipasta was really good.
We were on a tour and we were given a variety of dishes. They didn't want to stick just pasta on us.
That's true.
So we had a lot of meats. We had a lot of antipasto. We had a lot of different types of fish. Like there was a lot of different varieties.
One regret now.
Yeah.
My one regret now. And if you're going to Italy, listen to me here. I wish I had tried the cow brain.
No.
Yeah, I wish I had tried it. There was that vendor, the street vendor. It smelled good. It was like it was like New York nuts. I forget what it was called though.
No, it's nothing.
What was it called? I don't
remember. I was never going to try it, so that's not something I'm going to put in my brain. No. But again, with the experience, a lot of gelato in Italy, right? Other than that, I don't know if I have.
I think my favorite has to be the squid ink pasta.
In Venice.
Yeah, that was delicious. That was and it was so weird.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing.
Yeah.
Squid ink pasta.
But again, for me, all about experience. I remember sitting there in that restaurant in Venice and you having the squid ink pasta. I don't remember what I had to save my life.
Yeah, and it was right off that main road of the canal. It was like in an offshoot canal down on the bottom, and it was like a little woman, a little old woman, and I think it was just her at this like restaurant, but it was like a tiny restaurant.
Yeah, I mean,
and she gave us our wine in a pitcher.
Yeah,
which I always thought was funny because it was the house wine. I wonder if she actually like made it. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I think about that. That's what I think about pizza.
So the whole thing started with wine in a box.
See? Yeah.
And you still would not get wine in a box? At all? You just wouldn't buy it?
I mean, I'm not going to...
Didn't you like the black box? Isn't that what it's called? The black box wine?
I don't know. Did I have that? I'm sure I did.
I think we had that at some point.
I probably did, but...
You just have a thing against the boxed wine.
Nothing negative, but if I'm going to go to... up here, we call them liquor stores. If I go to the liquor store, I'm not going to go and say, ooh, where's the boxed wine with all of these beautiful glass, bottles
I'll tell you
from
one thing,
France
though.
and Italy and Argentina and Spain. I'm not gonna go, ooh, give me the boxed wine.
I went to Total Wines at some point. I don't remember when. And I remember walking in, and you know how they do like the big displays, like kind of at the
Mhm.
front. It was vodka and boxed wine, and that
Mhm.
was the display, and that's what they were pushing.
I don't know yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
I wouldn't mind some boxed wine.
But again, if you go to the liquor store, I don't know, maybe if they started selling it in the grocery store,
Yeah, I
I'd
guess
pick it up.
it's all based on the placement, right?
See, that's it. If they started selling this at our grocery store and not um like like I have a friend in North Carolina, right? She can go into the grocery, she can get what she wants. I don't know if they have hard alcohol, but she can pick up stuff like this at the grocery store. If they didn't have any bottled wine in the grocery store and they just sold box wine, like where the juices are, I would buy that.
And I think you would start to see a much larger variety of boxed wine as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're probably right. But anytime there's bottles, that's where I'm going to.
Okay, fair. Let's talk about Uncut Gems.
Okay, let's talk about it. Is there?
Is there what?
Apparently, there's a setting in the Instapot that allows you to boil food. Boil like liquid. Isn't that interesting?
Well, I mean, it gets hot.
Yeah, but to like boil water, you
So
can make pasta in the Instapot. Although I don't know why you would. Pasta doesn't take very long to cook, but
it would be faster in the Instapot.
what, 12 to 6 minutes? I mean, you can't wait 12
So,
minutes.
so instead of 12 minutes, it'd be 6 minutes. That's half the time. You're saving 6 whole minutes. You're saving 50% of the time to cook this meal.
Yes.
If you're in a rush, 6 minutes makes quite a difference.
If you're in a rush, don't be making pasta if you don't have 6 minutes to spare.
I mean, pasta, when you think about pasta, when I think about pasta, I think of it as a quick dish.
I do too. But to take out the
Does
Instapot,
pasta really take 12 minutes to make?
well, 10 to 12 minutes to cook, yeah.
Oh,
Plus you
because
gotta
you got to
wait till it
boil the
boils.
water.
No, once you pour the pasta
Once you put the
in.
pasta in, it really takes 10 to 12 minutes. I've
Oh,
never timed it before.
look, there's a box of pasta right there. What's it say?
This episode is not sponsored by Stop and Shop. Let's see. Spaghetti with meat sauce. Cook, stirring constantly for 5 minutes. Oh, that's not going to work. Where's the regular instructions? Cooking instructions. Bring 4 quarts of water to a rapid boil. If desired, add 2 teaspoons of salt. Gradually add pasta to boiling water. Stir gently and return to a rapid boil. Cook uncovered, stirring frequently for 9 to 11 minutes or until tender. How long does it take for pasta to get tender?
I don't know. Listen, I go put the fork in and
Drain,
soft.
serve immediately after drain. Get out of here.
Anyway, Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. What'd you think of this?
Well, it was a movie to watch.
It was a movie to watch.
It was a movie to watch. It was fine.
It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're gonna say. It was fine. What does that mean? It was fine.
Well, okay. So
I want to hear. There's a lot going on in that word.
yeah, it wasn't my favorite movie.
Uncut Gems is a 2019 American crime thriller film directed by Josh and Benny Safdie, who co-wrote the screenplay with Ronald Bronstein. The film stars Adam Sandler as Howard Ratner, a Jewish-American jeweler and gambling addict in New York City's Diamond District, who must retrieve an expensive gem he purchased to pay off his debts. The film also stars Keith Stanfield, Julia Fox, Kevin Garnett, Idina Menzel, and Eric Bogosian. I hope I said. Filming took place from September to November 2018. The original score was composed by Daniel Lopatin. It's a Netflix movie. So that's kind of neat.
So I have a problem with stupid decisions in movies.
And there were a lot of them going on in this.
It really bothers me when somebody in a movie makes a stupid decision. I was intrigued in the beginning of the movie. In the beginning of the movie, this beautiful gem shows up.
I love that entire opening scene where it made the gem look like the universe.
Yeah, it was really, really nicely done. I thought, oh, I could get into this. When I saw this beautiful gem, he's going to sell it. It's worth, so many millions of dollars or thousands, whatever he said. And then he started to make a series of very poor decisions. And then that just upsets me because I'm like, what is this? Then I stop focusing on the movie and I start focusing on, why is he making such poor decisions? Like, what is wrong with this guy? And that's my focus for the movie. Like,
well, he's a gambling addict.
Like, seriously, you cannot. That's
what addiction is.
I can't wrap my head around it. Like, he just kept wasting money. He's losing his family. He's sleeping with this chick who cares nothing about him. And all the while,
she did some stuff for this guy. She got a tattoo for him. She flew a helicopter with some pervy dude to Mohegan Sun to place this giant bet for Adam Sandler. I think she cared for him. I would say at the end.
Let's argue she cared for him. It doesn't change the fact that he made very bad decisions. Why is he doing deals with shady people?
It was like his brother-in-law.
Not that guy. All these people, he's like, I don't know the guy's name. The right-hand man of the basketball player.
Oh, I don't know his name.
But why are you... Listen, if somebody
the guy who pulled his people in.
Yes, if somebody screws you over once, why are you then going to go back again and do more business?
And you knew that guy was going to screw him over at some point too, and he screwed him over multiple times. He was just tired of.
But that's what I'm saying.
Of his shit.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? You're going and you're placing these bets. Stop placing bets, and then you won't lose your money. Like, that's my problem with it.
And at the end, he won.
How? He died.
He died. He died with a smile on his face because he had won. He won the most outrageous bet. And he was satisfied. He was.
Well, I'm glad he's satisfied with leaving 2 children.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it was a good thing, but he found some sort of satisfaction in the end.
I just have you know how I feel about movies. I don't like terrible endings and poor decisions. I don't like them.
This movie, it made me so anxious. I was sitting there trying. There was this one point in the middle-ish of the film where there's a whole long section that's very tense and it's happening in all real time or near real time, and the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm just like, I'm so tensed up and wound up, and it was messing with me, and I felt that way a lot throughout the film.
See, I didn't at all.
You never felt tense in this film?
Nope. I was so focused on, this guy is so stupid. I really was.
That's horrible.
The decisions he made tell me they weren't poor.
No, they were all completely poor. I mean, the fact that he took Kevin Garnett's ring and pawned it, and then Kevin Garnett comes back and says, "Where's my ring?" It's like, "Oh no, it's in Long Island." It's like, why is it in Long Island? It's a good question. Why is it in Long Island? I like that opal though. That was a very pretty opal, the uncut actual gems.
But
he got completely screwed by that one person.
Was this a true story?
So I looked that up too because it felt like a true story. It is not a true story. It is based on real events. Not to that extent, but I think like the writer's father worked in the Diamond District in New York. So like just That kind of stuff.
The fact that this type of stuff goes on blows my mind. I don't know how, like, and I just, we live in Connecticut.
Correct.
Do people know that?
Yes.
Okay. So Mohegan is in our state.
Yes.
We have been to Mohegan
Sure.
many, many, many times.
Right.
I would say I've been to Mohegan in my lifetime, what? 30 times? Is that a fair assessment, you think?
I feel like that's a lot. Have we really been to Mohegan 30 times? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we've gone to concerts there.
We've gone to concerts, dinners. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
30?
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. In all the times I've been there, of all the 30 times, do you know how many times I've placed a bet?
Twice.
Once.
That can't be right.
Once. Yep. No, once.
I don't believe you.
I
think you're incorrect.
No, I'm not.
So we went there for a senior night.
That was the one time
and we got money. And then a different time we went there and we sat at the bar.
Nope,
and
that was
paid
the same
penny
time.
sauce. That was the same time?
Yep.
Damn. I thought I had you. So the Cinephiliac chimes in and says, I feel like I need to take a benzo after watching that film. It definitely does not make me miss my gambling days. I very much enjoyed it though. Not one of the best films ever, but certainly something worth rewatching. Why would you ever rewatch that film? It's so anxiety inducing. And again, maybe that was just me. I mean, seeing him get his clothes stripped off and then tossed in the back of the car, and he has to call his wife out, and he's like, "It's fine, I'm fine," and then just
that was comical though.
Everything that happened, like the whole thing with The Weeknd when he was in the club, and therefore I love that The Weeknd played himself. Mm-hmm. By the way, as did Kevin Garnett, and like it really did ground that story and made me wonder, like, mm-hmm. is this real? Because knowing The Weeknd's kind of backstory, like some of that could have been real. I don't know for sure, but it's possible. Mm-hmm. You know, I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't mind Adam Sandler in this movie. His movies, I'm hit or miss with.
I mean, yeah, because there are some movies where he's not acting and he's just trying to phone it in and get it done as quickly as possible. And then you get something like Click, which he did a very good job in, but my God, was that an awful movie? Yeah. That's what it was called, right? Click, Bed Bath & Beyond? Yeah. Yeah, with the remote controller and Christopher Walken in the closet? Yeah. Yeah. That was a terribly depressing movie. I liked this movie. I don't know in terms of ranking though. Mm-hmm. I had a hard time really looking at the ranking and figuring out where I would put it. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go through the ranking real quick. Okay. So I'm gonna start from number 1. Okay. Number 1, Back to the Future / Back to the Future trilogy. Number 2, Knives Out. Number 3, The Pianist. Number 4, The Irishman. Number 5, El Camino. Number 6, Free State of Jones. Number 7, Independence Day. Number 8, Enola Holmes. Number 9, E.T. Number 10, Nightcrawler. Number 11, Lights Out. Number 12, Cats. Please hold for a second. So last month, I thought we were at 12. We were at only 11. And I had skipped a number in the numbering, which I didn't think was really possible in the notes app, but it had skipped a number. So I think like number 7 was just missing, and I just didn't even notice that number 7 was missing. So we are still at 12. We're still going to go until our actual 12th episode. So we're going to keep this count of 12 going. However, what we're going to do is, if a movie that we watch, if we feel that it belongs in the top 12 of what I think will be 15, mm-hmm. we're going to kick something off the list and drop it in. Okay. So my question to you right now is, do you think Uncut Gems is better than Cats?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think it's better than Lights Out?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think it's better than Nightcrawler?
Right around there for me.
Okay. Do you think it's better than E.T.?
No.
Not better than E.T. No. So you would put this at number 10.
Okay. Yeah. I'm good with that. What
I
are
would
you?
I would like you to read what that says right there.
Oh, I would put this at number 10. Look at that.
Look at that. We are right. We're in
Okay.
simpatico here. So what we're doing, we are kicking cats off, and now Uncut Gems is being dropped in to number 10. So
Okay.
Cats is now unlucky number 13 and will no longer be listed on the little graphic in our episode.
Okay.
So bye-bye, Cats. Bye-bye. Now, you have anything more to say about Uncut Gems?
I don't.
I don't know if we usually talk for a whole other segment. I think, let's say we did intros, we did a random topic
Well,
that was something, and then we did
wait.
Uncut Gems. Don't we usually do one more whole thing? Hold on, I know what we got to get to, but I want to understand my outro. I think we're gonna talk one more thing. So, Kim, I didn't pitch it over to you, and you know what else I didn't do? I didn't tell the joke, but
Hmm.
I couldn't really find a joke that I felt like doing on the show. Like with Uncut Gems, it was going to be like something diamond related. So they're like, oh,
Yeah.
you put it up his butt and it turns into
Yeah.
a diamond, all that fun stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do it. And then you go like the Jewish route, but I don't want to make a Jewish joke. Like,
No.
what? I'm not gonna do that. And I was like, I could make a New York joke, but I happen to like New York, and I think it's gone through some stuff lately. So I was like, I don't feel like doing
So
a
we
joke.
skip
And
it.
then I thought maybe I'd do an Adam Sandler joke. I said, well, maybe something that he's told. I could not find a joke that I could tell for him on the show. All of it was like random quotes from like his stand up, and
Hmm.
none of it, unless I told like a full on stand up,
I don't think he does like quick
he doesn't.
jokes. Ellen DeGeneres, she does that kind of thing, but not Adam
Quick
Sandler.
jokes.
Yeah.
Is she
She
known for that?
she likes that kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Every once in a while on the show, she'll tell a stupid
Do you
little
still watch
joke.
that show?
I don't, because I don't really watch TV. So
Fair.
yeah,
Okay. But you could still watch it. We get that channel, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kim,
Yes.
before I keep going any further, what is your pick for the video club for next month?
Yeah. So I had a hard time with this month because some of the movies that I wanted to pick, well, they're going off of Netflix as of 6:30. Actually, three of them.
That makes sense because it's the end of the 6 months.
Yeah. So I need to redo my list, my list because I'm losing some movies. So, with that being said, and I'm also very aware of my historical picks, so I've skipped all of those. I don't want to be too predictable, but there's quite a few that I do want to watch.
The most abstract movie that I could think that would be so not you and so not predictable would be Mr. Bean.
I hate Mr.
I
Bean.
know.
You
See,
will
that's
never get me. What?
yeah.
No. I would never. No. Mm-mm. Anywho, so I'm not actually picking a movie,
Ooh, series?
a series.
Oh,
It's
we haven't
quick.
we
It's
haven't done a
quick.
series in a while.
No, we
Okay.
have not. It's quick, so I will put it out there. Don't not watch it. It's not. I don't. It's not even 10 episodes. So I think it's very quick. My choice is Lupin.
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 Like Lupin the Third. Oh, it's the live action Lupin the Third, right?
What?
It's the live action Lupin the Third. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's
Live action? What does that mean?
it's live action, right? It's people. It's people.
It's not a cartoon.
Yes, it's not a cartoon. That's what I mean.
Is Lupin a... It's on Netflix.
Yes. Yes.
It okay.
We're on. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Okay.
That's a good choice. I've been wanting to watch that.
hmm
So
I have watched the first a long time ago before I knew you wanted to watch it.
oh, okay. I
I
appreciate that.
I saw the first episode.
Yeah.
I think there's now 3 episodes.
Okay.
Or 4 maybe.
I thought you said there were 10.
There's not even 10, I said. There's not even 10.
Oh.
I think there's only 4
Okay. Well, that should be easy enough then.
I think they're hour long.
All right. So Kim's pick for the month. Lupin. Not Lupin the Third. Lupin. Maybe he's the
What is
first.
Lupin the Third? What is that?
I'm thinking back to the beginning of this episode, which
Mm-hmm.
really wasn't that long ago, but I'm thinking back on it. I'm reflecting
Uh-huh.
on it, and I don't think I ever asked you how you're doing. Did I?
No.
How you doing, Kim?
Great. How about you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Good.
Yesterday was Father's Day.
Yesterday was
I had
Father's
I had
Day.
a blast. That was probably
Good.
my best Father's Day.
That's wonderful.
I
I'm
was
glad you enjoyed
It was
it.
exactly what I wanted. We got up, um, like 7 o'clock ish or something. Had a coffee. I started to get hungry. I was like, oh, I want to go get a bagel for breakfast. And
Mm-hmm.
we got out and got a bagel with cream cheese. It was toasted sesame bagel with cream cheese. And then we went on a nice hike. Got nice and sweaty. Matthew and I climbed the rocks. He was loving that. We turned around when the rocks started slipping out from under our feet, and I was like, it's a little bit dangerous. And you were yelling up at us, so we are like, let's go. Kept
It's
kept walking quite a bit. Got some good sweat on. We're climbing some old foundations, and Dixie had her peas and her poops, and had lunch with my father and my brother. Had some beers. Had a pretty good conversation outside. We tried to stay very much away from politics, which was lovely. That was a mandate from my brother. Good on him.
smart on
He
him.
did a very good job. We touched on it once just for shiggles, and that almost immediately escalated. And then we immediately were just like, let's go somewhere else, and we all agreed to it. It was very nice. It was a nice gentlemanly conversation. I wish they had liked the meal more.
Well,
Hi, Dixie. You heard your name, huh?
yeah,
The
there was
meal.
nothing we could do about that. I think we went to a restaurant. We won't
Mhm.
say the name of it. Um, I just think they were extremely busy. I went to pick it up. I did curbside pickup because I couldn't find a parking spot. I was going to go in and pick it up. I could not find a parking spot, so I said, "Well, I guess I'm doing curbside." Um, so I, pulled up and something happened because I started hearing sirens. I thought something was happening down the street, and then they all started pulling in the parking lot. So somebody must have, I don't know,
They
gotten
actually came
sick
into the
or
parking lot. So were you blocking them? Did you have to move or
no. There's multiple entrances into the parking lot, but something clearly happened that probably
what if it was like heat stroke
waitresses,
or something?
yeah, waitresses were probably all over the place, and people are all over the place. They were just extremely busy yesterday.
So the food was good. The food was good. It was just by the time we ate it, a little cold.
Yeah,
It had been sitting for a couple of minutes. So that was unfortunate.
mine was warm.
Yours was warm.
Yeah. So I didn't want to say anything yesterday. Like, mine's excellent.
And I think the pizza was warm too. So it was just I think it was the sandwiches probably
Yeah.
got finished off a bit quicker. But yeah, they were on a little on the chillier side. Then we had a couple hours just back to ourselves, and we just kind of sat around and we sat outside, and
Hmm.
the kids were running through the sprinklers, and then we watched some Star Trek. Was it Insurrection? I think that we watched yesterday, which is not a good movie, by the way. Star Trek Insurrection, and I realized yesterday why is it's too much like a Star Trek episode. That you want the Star Trek movies to be a heightened experience, something that could not be done
Mm.
in on the TV show. And this was very much just a TV episode
Yeah.
with the same kind of throwaway characters, a throwaway admiral, uh, a random romance subplot for Captain Picard. It was just not very good. Now I'm watching these because I got spoiled on something from the first season of the Picard show on CBS All Access, and I happen to own the first season of Picard on Blu-ray. I believe you and Matthew
Yeah.
purchased it for me, and I haven't watched it yet. And I've been thinking a while, and we started watching the movies a while ago, but we kind of fell off. But then I got spoiled on this thing, and I'm like, I have to watch this show. So we're leading up to it. We're on Nemesis, and then I probably want to watch like one or two episodes of Next Gen going into this, and then the show. So I'm pretty pumped.
Well, good.
Yeah, you gonna watch it with me?
I don't know.
And then there was a
You,
teaser for season 2, which was very exciting
You know
as
what we
well.
never finished is Discovery.
We didn't ever finish Discovery because we stopped watching it for a little bit. I don't remember why, but then we went back and watched the next episode. And we had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, but I liked that show.
Well, now we're watching The Expanse, and I'd rather watch The Expanse. But we'll get back to Discovery.
Yeah.
They have a third season coming out at some
Yeah.
point, so we'll get back to them, and I want to watch Picard.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't make me watch Discovery before we watch Picard, because I want to watch it.
Yeah, too much sci-fi. Expanse. After Expanse we got to.
Well,
do
you're
something
watching.
different.
What are you watching? What you been watching? Reading, listening to,
Yeah.
all that fun stuff.
Well, right now, I'm watching Downton Abbey.
How is that?
It's not for you.
I know that I'm very I called right from the beginning, but I always thought it was a you show.
It is definitely a me show. Yeah, it's definitely. I haven't. Did I watch it this morning? Yeah, I watched it this morning. It's really good. I really enjoy it.
I know Kim is into something when I have to go downstairs and be like, "Are you coming to bed?"
Yeah. Well, you got to see what happens. What's going to happen? I don't know.
But you can pause it and come back the next day.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not how I work. So.
And what did you watched something right before that as well? You've been watching stuff like left and right.
I did watch something before that, didn't I? And I didn't write it. Whatever that was that I watched before, I didn't write that down. I finished Too Hot to Handle, that show.
I thought you didn't want to watch it.
I went back to it. I'm like, let me see what happens. What a hot mess that was.
Really?
Yeah, apparently a second season's coming out.
Oh.
Like, I won't even start it because I can't. No, it was just too much. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what else.
We started watching Loki. We'll watch the first two episodes of Loki. I'm not going to spoil anything because it's highly possible you don't have Disney Plus. I'm enjoying it. It reminds me a lot of Doctor Who. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's got a very Doctor Who vibe to it. Black Widow comes out soon, July 8th, I think.
Okay.
I think that sounds right. Got tickets to that. Conor McGregor fight coming up.
Yeah.
He's not the world's greatest person, but he is an entertainer. And I love watching him fight. The UFC nights that's the only time I ever get the pay-per-view with the UFC is when he's fighting, and it's a fun time the whole time, which is awful because I mean people are literally.
We'll see how long this one lasts. The last one didn't last very long. Oh yeah,
he tapped out almost immediately, and it was a short night in general. A lot of the biggest fights were just kind of letdowns.
Yeah.
At that one, but I'm still looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my once every 6 months or so tradition. I mean, what was the last one, you know?
When was the last
one? It was a while ago, wasn't it? I remember the first one I went to...
It wasn't that long ago.
Buffalo Wild Wings to watch.
No, it wasn't that long ago because we watched it during quarantine.
Oh, so maybe it must have been last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
The other thing I watched was Sweet Magnolia.
What's that?
It's based on a book series about three friends in a town, and they're just kind of going through life.
That sounds boring.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's entertaining.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very entertaining.
I started doing this thing this month, and I shared this with some of my coworkers, and it really upset them.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Hold on. Let's let Dixie come down the stairs here. Come on, keep going. Dixie, come on down. What are you sniffing? Here. What are you sniffing? What is on the stairs?
Dixie, come here.
What is that, your butt?
Come here. Sit.
Hi, Dixie. You just gotta make your presence known every single episode.
Lay down.
That's fine.
Lay down.
Go to your spot. You got your little spot over there. Are you gonna scratch?
All right.
What are we talking about? We're talking about
You
something.
you started doing this thing that upset your
Oh yeah, I
coworkers.
started doing this thing that upset my coworkers, and it's not anything job related. It was just this thing that I mentioned that I was doing, and they were like, "Why are you doing it?" So I started listening to a bunch of slow songs,
Oh, yeah.
somebody that I used to know, or American Pie, or Bohemian Rhapsody, all these kind of like ballad songs. And I started listening to them at 1.75 times or 1.5 times speed. And they, they're awesome.
What did I walk in the other day and I'm like, what is this? It was terrible. I'm like, this is a sad song.
Oh my god. It was, and it becomes poppy. Like somebody that I used to know is the best at 1.75 times, and I'll just sit there and listen to it, and then I'll start singing it afterwards. Oh man, it is so good. I went on to YouTube, and I actually looked. I searched for most depressing songs after you made that comment. I was like, let me try something. So I searched for most depressing songs, and I landed on this one. It was called like these are the saddest things ever, and it was some guy sitting at a piano. I think it might have been Bo Burnham, and he was sitting on a piano like singing about sadness. But it was fast, so it was kind of upbeat, and I was like, this is good, and it was so funny. But it really got me pumped up, and then I mentioned this to my coworkers. They're like, it's blasphemy. You can't listen to music at that speed. They chose the speed for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, they did. I'm choosing the speed for a reason too. I mean, it's making me happy and dance in my seat,
That's what music's supposed to do.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, music, it elevates or inspires, or it always does something to, I think,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Unless you can't hear it, but if you're experiencing the music, I think it will make you sadder, it'll make you happier, it'll make you angrier.
Yeah.
I have this playlist that I made that is based, the order that it's in is based on similarity in songs. And what it had, I didn't think about this when I was creating it, but the effect that has is it starts out with like really kind of like 9 Inch Nails, kind of heavy, kind of like a perfect circle, heavier, kind of slower, more intense things. And I listen to that part when I'm feeling like a little angry, like a little like I'm a little pissed off, and I want to listen to some music that
Right.
gets me right there. But it shifts, and there's like a progression through the music, and eventually it goes through like a bit of a melancholia, so it brings me down a little bit, brings me down from the anger. But
What?
then it
Mhm.
pumps up into like the techno and the pop and the trance and Daft Punk and all this stuff, and so I start dancing. I start looking like Anthony Hopkins in that one Twitter video that he did.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I didn't even design it that way, but it's how it ended up working out. And it's pretty cool. I like music. I've done a few music dissections on here. I think the last one was it Bohemian Rhapsody was the last music one that I did.
I don't
I
remember.
feel like it might have been.
Yeah.
That was a really good episode. I started working on the episode for Pulp Fiction
Oh, okay.
finally.
That should be good.
Well, I kind of delayed it because I was like, it's Pulp Fiction. Like, it's been studied to death.
Yeah.
Um,
Sneak peek of what's coming.
yeah, so we'll yeah, if anybody's still watching at this point in the film, which I think some people are, but yes, yeah, I'm working on Pulp Fiction. The Tarantino dissections continue on. I just had a lot of Stephen King stuff to go through,
Yeah.
and more Stephen King to go, but more Tarantino and more of the animation project, Cold War 2, ISS Boogaloo,
Yeah.
which is so hard. It's so
But
hard,
it's so fun.
but so fun and so
Yeah.
rewarding. Yeah, it's right now I'm trying to figure out how to make Tom Cruise and George Clooney look like astronauts, and it's like, what? Okay. And and they did have astronauty movies, so it has worked out in my favor. Just saying. Um, yeah, I think we can
Call
probably
it a night?
call it a night there. I'm getting a little sleepy.
Me too.
Yeah, and I think maybe tomorrow or something we could do the Beat Saber trivia and have some
Sounds
fun
good.
doing that. And yeah, so thank you all for hanging out with us. It was just more of a chill, laid back, just have a discussion kind of episode, but I kind of liked it. Kind
Hmm.
of dug it. It was a more stream of consciousness and just having some fun and hanging out with my best gal over here.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Um, just thank you for being here. Thank you to all the patrons, of course. You guys rock. And head on over to drunkonwriting.com to become a patron yourself if you are not yet, because we like our patrons. And the more patrons we get, the more content we're apt to make. I'm always trying out new things over there and trying to piece together new things. And I really enjoyed doing the 1 minute reviews.
Yeah.
I really dug having that back. That felt good. It was nice. So I'm looking forward to that fully relaunching at some point. So until next time, cheers and keep on writing. And you patrons, stick around. She's gonna play some Beat Saber. Hey patrons, welcome back. We're in the patron exclusive section of the show now. Hopefully this looks alright. We're still trying to figure out how to actually get the gameplay to the thing. We don't have the whole